The girl who had just given birth to 2 tiny kittens was moments away from being beaten to death by the old servant. Luckily, the emperor arrived in time and saved the frightened girl. The scheming noble consort wanted to complain to the emperor, but he did not even glance at her and walked straight toward the girl. He even gently asked about the girl's physical condition. Before she could react, the emperor lifted her into his arms and hurried off to find a doctor to heal her. The only reason he did this was because he was the reincarnation of a black cat. Not long ago, the girl had kindly fed a small black cat in the imperial garden a sweet little pastry. Later, when she gave birth, she shockingly delivered 2 kittens. The doctor fainted on the spot. The girl panicked, wondering what she should do. She had heard that several consorts before her had given birth to little princes, but the emperor instantly killed those consorts after seeing the children. He had been absolutely certain those babies were not his. If he saw the 2 kittens she had given birth to, there was no doubt he would kill her. Meanwhile, the emperor waiting outside could not sit still. He rushed inside wanting to see what the child looked like. The woman quickly told her maid to hide the kittens in the toilet. Then she knelt down and bowed to the emperor, admitting she was at fault. She quickly claimed she had not given birth at all. Instead, she had strained herself and passed a large lump of waste. If he did not believe her, she said he could see how the smell had knocked the doctor out. The emperor was shocked that she could confuse something like that. He immediately issued a decree saying she was unbelievably foolish and ordered her into the cold palace. The girl thought fine, at least she could keep her life. Soon the girl and her maid arrived at the desolate cold palace. The place could only be described as utterly ruined. But even so, life still had to go on. The maid prepared 2 bowls of rice soup to feed the newborns, yet the 2 kittens sniffed it and refused to eat. The 2 of them were completely lost. The maid said since they were the girl's own children, she should try feeding them milk. The girl wondered if that made any sense, but thinking they were born from her, she could not let them starve. So she reluctantly produced 2 bowls of milk. The moment the kittens smelled it, they eagerly drank. The girl finally felt relieved. Still, she could not understand. She was an innocent young woman and had only ever been with the emperor. How could she have given birth to kittens? Before they could figure anything out, they were shocked to see the 2 kittens suddenly transform into 2 chubby babies. They sweetly reached out, asking their mother for a hug. The girl was completely stunned. She could not understand how kitten babies could turn into human babies, or how they grew so quickly, but they were still her children. So she gently held them in her arms. Whether they were cats, humans, or spirits, they were hers. What surprised the girl even more was the next day. She and her maid went out to find some food, and when they returned, the 2 little ones had already brought her pastries. They had also arranged a bigger surprise. The little boy held out an imperial decree, and the little girl held out the imperial military seal. The girl panicked, thinking she was doomed. She hurried to hide both items. Just then the maid rushed inside. She said the imperial seal and decree had been stolen. The emperor was searching everywhere and would reach the cold palace any moment. The girl knew the 2 little ones had caused a disaster. The next second, footsteps echoed outside. The 2 clever babies instantly changed back into kittens and hid. The emperor entered and found the missing items in her room. He immediately asked why they were there. The girl felt her world collapse. She lied, saying she woke up and found the items by her pillow. She had no idea who brought them. It must have been some thief who had stolen the items, then thrown them into the cold palace to frame her. A consort beside them shouted that she was talking nonsense. What kind of thief would hide in this remote place? She accused the girl of deceiving the emperor. She then grabbed the emperor's sleeve, insisting the girl hated him for sending her to the cold palace. So she had stolen the items to punish him. Such a person should be executed at once. Just as the emperor was about to order her death, the 2 kittens suddenly jumped out. The noble consort screamed and ordered the servants to throw the kittens away. The woman rushed to protect them, saying that if anyone deserved punishment, it should be her. The emperor unexpectedly crouched down and gently patted the kittens. That single touch calmed him entirely. He silently picked up the seal and decree and left the cold palace. Only after he walked far away did the girl finally breathe again. But the emperor did not let the matter rest. After returning, he sent people to investigate the origin of the kittens. He learned the kittens had been brought into the cold palace by the girl herself. They were not stray animals as she had claimed. The emperor grew even more confused. He then remembered the girl had claimed she passed waste during childbirth and knocked out the doctor. So he ordered the doctor to be brought in. He demanded to know why the doctor had fainted. The woman saw the emperor's anger and immediately confessed. She explained the girl had actually given birth to 2 kittens. The emperor was stunned, but instead of punishing the doctor, he was overjoyed. He was the little black cat from the imperial garden, and the previous consorts had been punished because they gave birth to human children. Before the emperor could decide what to do next, the noble consort arrived at the cold palace first. She knew the emperor had spared the girl because he adored the kittens, so she wanted to take the kittens to win his favor. The girl immediately refused. There were rumors the noble consort hated small animals. Cats and dogs in her palace had disappeared. She only wanted the kittens to gain attention, so the girl politely refused her. The noble consort became furious and used force. Her servants held the girl down on the ground. The frightened kittens dashed out. One kitten bit the old servant's hand. The noble consort became even angrier and ordered the kittens thrown away. The girl did not have time to think and used her body to shield them. The 2 kittens cried desperately. The girl was already coughing blood. The noble consort ordered her servants to drag the kittens out. Just then the emperor arrived and stopped everything in the nick of time. What happened next was exactly the scene from the beginning. Seeing her covered in injuries, the emperor felt deep guilt. He patiently applied ointment to her wounds. The girl felt that the emperor indeed had a gentle, caring side. After apologizing, he ordered servants to take special care of her. He would not allow her to suffer even the smallest grievance. The emperor then left to handle state affairs. Soon after he left, the 2 kittens turned into plump toddlers. They quickly reached for their mother, asking for a warm embrace. While the small family was celebrating their narrow escape, they did not know that a cunning servant outside had just witnessed the kittens kittens transforming. Danger was quietly approaching their little family.